Friends, there is an island in Japan where snakes are found to such an extent that human life is in extreme danger there. These snakes are so dangerous as well as poisonous that the residents there were in great fear. Because of their bite, many people were dying and the government was unable to take strong action against it. Keeping this worry in mind, the government of Japan made such a strange decision which shocked not only this island but the whole country. Friends, there is an island in Japan where snakes are found to such an extent that human life is in extreme danger there. These snakes are so dangerous as well as poisonous that the residents there were in great fear. Because of their bite, many people were dying and the government was unable to take strong action against it. Keeping this worry in mind, the government of Japan made such a strange decision which shocked not only this island but the whole country. To get rid of the snakes, they planned to leave a lot of mongoose on the island. Friends, you must be knowing that mongoose, considered to be the biggest enemy of snakes. These animals are very ferocious and have a lot of defense power against poison. Friends, the government of Japan had made this decision which was very reassuring, but they were unaware of its serious consequences. This was such a decision which was against the ecosystem created by God. And how Japan had to face the serious consequences of interfering in the ecosystem created by God. Friends, this video is extremely informative and shocking. So, do watch the video till the end. Friends, some rural areas of Japan were in great danger. In Japan, in the 1970s, there was a dangerous snake called Okinawa Habu. This snake was so ferocious and poisonous that if it bit any human or animal on this island, it would die in a few seconds. The poison of this snake was so deadly that if it bit any human, there would be a sudden change in the shape of the human's blood. And this human's blood would freeze in a few seconds. If we talk about the shape of this snake, it is much bigger than other snakes in terms of body. If this snake bit any human, this human would have to face severe headaches, vomiting and sometimes death. This island of Japan is surrounded by villages. Therefore, access to medical aid was only possible there. These snakes had made the lives of the people there miserable. In 10 years, about 500 people were killed by these snakes. Their government wanted to solve this problem so that the people living there could live in peace for a long time. Therefore, in the very first stage, an antidote was prepared for the poison of this snake. But to keep this antidote safe, electricity and a refrigerator were needed. And because that area was rural, these facilities were not available there. Now, this problem was getting more and more serious day by day. To deal with these problems, the government of Japan had to make a tough decision. They had made this very smart decision on their part. The government of Japan tried to intervene in the ecosystem in 1989. They decided to leave the snake in this island against the snakes. They thought that the snake was a very small but very powerful animal that could easily fight the poison of the snake. And it would make the snakes its prey. In this way, the snakes could be killed easily from this island. They left the mongoose among the snakes to test the natural ability of the mongoose. It is known for its swiftness, powerful jaws and excellent immunity. It is famous for not only killing snakes but also eating them. According to its plan, Japan left 30,000 mongoose in Amami Ushima Island to kill these dangerous snakes. This strategy of the Japanese government seemed very effective. But what the Japanese government thought was completely against it. There was a big difference between these mongoose and snakes. These mongoose move at night, while snakes hunt during the day. In this way, these two animals had very little face-to-face contact with each other. Even with the arrival of the snakes, there was no significant difference in the population of the snakes. Yes, so much so that the snakes started targeting other animals, i.e. small animals, instead of the snakes. The Amami rabbit, who lived on this island, which was already a victim of environmental change, the snakes easily made them their prey. Unfortunately, these Amami rabbits were found only on this island. And because of the prey of the snakes, their population began to decrease very rapidly. Friends, to add to your knowledge, let me tell you that the production process of these snakes is very fast. And that's why the population of the snakes on this island reached millions in just a few years. And now, along with the mongoose on this island, the snakes also began to rule the entire island. The environmental system of this island was already going through very delicate stages. Now, it has reached the stage of further destruction. And after a while, the Japanese government realized that the practical wisdom they had adopted to release the snakes on this island was completely wrong. In fact, it was becoming more and more harmful. Then the Japanese government arranged a new plan to deal with the snakes. Two big questions were open to this government. First, how to improve the environmental system of this island. And second, how to kill the increasing number of snakes. Keeping this in mind, the Japanese government formed a team of trained dogs and expert hunters in 2000 and made a comprehensive plan to kill the snakes. The job of these hunting dogs and humans was to catch the snakes in every corner of the island. And to stop the increasing number of snakes, about 20,000 special nets were laid. This practical wisdom of the Japanese government was quite successful. And in the last 25 years, the Japanese government caught about 32,000 snakes and killed them. But friends, the old problem of the people living on this island, that is, the plague of snakes, remained unresolved. To solve this problem, the Japanese scientists entered the field. And then they started their efforts. They started research on making a new and accessible method, i.e. an antidote, against the poison of this poisonous snake. Various universities and research institutes in Japan started working together to understand the genetic pattern of the poison. For this purpose, a team of scientists first obtained samples of the poison, blood, and feces of these snakes and analyzed their DNA. Through this research, 60 genes were obtained, which were included in the preparation of the poison. After obtaining solid information about these genes, the work of making an antidote on their basis began. This research was not limited to the treatment of snake poison alone. In fact, there were other diseases as well. For example, there was also hope of healing for cancer and heart diseases. Leaving the prey on the island to fight the poisonous snakes may be a unique decision. But this was a trick of God. Friends, this trick was not the first time. In fact, many countries tried to control the environmental water, air, and ecosystem. So such countries had to face severe consequences. In some countries, these destructive effects lasted for a long time. And some countries solved many problems with their excellent and intelligent practical wisdom. Friends, I hope that you got a lot of information from this video. To watch more such interesting videos, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Also, click on the bell icon, which is present next to the subscription button, so that you can get the notification of all the new videos of this channel. Like and share the video. Take good care of yourself. Goodbye.